Bandwagon Buffs, man. Hell of a game. 2 win for 500. BWB. Bandwagon Buffs. That's right.
Buff Nation, what up? BWB, my bandwagon buffs. What it is, what it does, and what it's gonna be. It's your man's Harry Billion. Welcome to the Liberian Perspective. Please do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. Make sure to give me the thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you can get the videos as soon as I upload it to YouTube. All right, family, I gotta go ahead and get into this video real quick, so that's all the business I got. You know what time it is. Let's work. What up, guys? So by now, a lot of you have probably already heard about Coach Prim's new offensive lineman. But guess what? You know how TLP Sports do. I dig a little deeper. I'll find something that gives you a little bit more information. So in this video, you may get a little bit more information about the new offensive lines coach that maybe you haven't gotten from other sources. So let's not waste no time. Let's go and let's get busy. Reports: Deion Sanders triggers Colorado's comeback with new signing amid recruitment disaster class. Man, these people, when they write, boy, they be writing some poetry, boy. I tell you, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. As the echoes of the last season fade into the distance, like I said, poetry, the University of Colorado's football program finds itself deep into the trenches, preparing for a redemption story in 2024. The indomitable Coach Prime Deion Sanders leads the Buffaloes into a gridiron battle marked by unexpected departures of key coaches and recruits. In a strategic move to breathe new life into the team, Sanders has enlisted the coaching prowess of former NFL lineman Phil Lotholt, following the early addition of Ward Sapp. With the Buffaloes grappling with a recruitment exodus, this dynamic duo is set to orchestrate a significant shakeup, promising a thrilling resurgence for Colorado's football fortunes. As per multiple news sources, it was revealed on Wednesday night that Lotholt will be stepping into the role of coaching Buffalo's offensive line that was previously held by Bill O'Boyle, who recently departed to coach the linemen at San Diego State. Lotholt, with a wealth of experience, is expected to bring a fresh perspective and much needed leadership to the struggling offensive line. Not the line's fault. Stop playing with me. Yes, sir. Lotholt, a former Oklahoma analyst and Minnesota Vikings starter, has been serving as an offensive line analyst at Oklahoma for the past 2 seasons. His coaching journey includes stints at Mississippi and Central Florida, showcasing his versatility and commitment to developing players. Additionally, Lotholt participated in the NFL's non-Wharton Scouting Fellowship with the Vikings in 2019, further enhancing his credentials. In a video posted by The Pregame Show, Sanders praised his new offensive line coach without explicitly naming Lotholt. Sanders emphasized, offensive line position has already been filled. A guy with plenty of experience, plenty of wherewithal, able to communicate to all the kids from top to bottom. Track record is wonderful. Where he derived from is a tremendous Power 5, and I love everything about it. When he interviewed with me, he knocked it out the park. He's ready and prepared. As a matter of fact, he's already in-house. You leave it to Coach Prime to give it away, okay? Lotholt's background is impressive, having earned first-team All-Big 12 honors with the Sooners in 2007. As a pivotal part of the offensive line, he played a crucial role in blocking for Heisman Trophy-winning quarterback Sam Bradford in 2008. Lotholt's NFL journey, including 7 seasons with the Vikings, adds a layer of professional expertise that could be instrumental in the Buffalo's resurgence. The hiring of Lotholt, however, establishes a possible connection to the NFL and the Vikings, as Lotholt played alongside current CU assistant Pat Shurmur during their time with the Vikings. This move not only strengthens the coaching staff, but also builds on existing relationships within the football community, fostering a collaborative and supportive environment for the Buffaloes. Okay, guys, so you know I wasn't going to leave you hanging. Here is more information about Phil from his resume. This was retweeted by Jake Schwansnick from the DMVR Buffs, okay? And I believe this was originally tweeted by Matt at SkullBuffs22. In 2008, he played left tackle at OU, Oklahoma University, on an offensive line that allowed 11 sacks all season, while Sam Bradford threw for 48 touchdowns in his Heisman season and paved the way for DeMarco Murray and Chris Chris Brown to each have 1,000-yard seasons. This was the highest scoring offense in college football's modern era. 2012 helped pave the way for Adrian Peterson's 2,000-yard season. 2019 worked for Josh Heupel's UCF team, where Jeff Lebby was also employed. Also in 2019, he was a scouting intern with the Vikings. 2020 to 2021, Jeff Lebby brought him to Ole Miss to work under Lane Kiffin. 2022 to 2023, Jeff Lebby brought him to Oklahoma. And then finally, he lands his first offensive line coach title under Deion Sanders. And then he said he's ready, man. Seems like he's ready. I know this is a fail video, but just a quick information. Vincent Dancy will replace Nick Williams as Colorado's defensive ends coach. All right, so our defensive ends coach is going to be Vincent Dancy. A lot of people are panicking, and I think a lot of the panic is not necessarily from Buff fans or from the BWB camps. I think a lot of the panic has to do with people who don't necessarily like this team or like Coach Prime, and they're infusing their panic, and their minions are all over the place, and they're causing unnecessary chaos, saying a whole bunch of stuff that's out there, and they're thinking that we are the ones that are panicking. But if we were to put things into perspective, we can look right here from Jake Schwansnick from DMVR Buff. He says it best. Okay, let's put things in perspective. Now, that's going to be the Liberian perspective now, Jake. Hold on to your seatbelts. This time last year, the Buffs had only had Coach Prime as head coach for 2 days. Colorado didn't even have their defensive line coach until January the 27th. Please think about that. We are still in December. This is December the 7th. Colorado didn't even have their defensive line coach until January 27th. Dylan Edwards didn't even flip to CU until December the 10th. So at this moment right now, it's December the 7th. Dylan Edwards is not even on our team yet. The season was just over. Colorado didn't even get their first transfer, Taj Austin and Levante Bentley, until December 18th and 19th. The transfer portal literally just opened on the 4th. All right, that's like 3 days ago. And he says everyone needs to relax. So, Jake, it's not necessarily us, man. I think it's the outsiders. The outsiders are creating fake frenzies. They're trying to make it seem like it's us that's panicking. A lot of us football aficionados, those who understand the game, we know what's happening. We know that Coach Prime got a job to do. We know that he has to hit the pavement. We know that he got to go out there and solidify certain things. He's the head coach. For some reason, we think that this is some mom and pop shop university where the head coach got to do everything. On our live show, we talked about this. While we would have loved for certain players to stay, they're leaving. We know they're going to be replaced. So if you think about the timeline from last year, now we have a little bit more time. So a lot of these relationships are going to start a lot earlier now. These relationships are going to be getting fostered a lot sooner. The young men that are already in that locker room that are planning to stay are going to get to meet their coaches. They're going to have a lot more time together. They're going to learn personalities. So it's not like you're going to come in 2 days later before the season starts, and then I don't know who you are and what you're all about. I'm going to have enough time to learn who you are, so that way when the season starts, we've already gone through a multitude of things, and we already learned each other's personalities, and we can get along or not get along, but just be about our business, because everybody ain't got to be no friends. This is college football. This is business. So everybody ain't got to be friends. You go on some teams and everybody don't have to love each other. You don't have to like this person or hate that person. You just go in there. You say, hey, coach, how you doing? Or, hey, guy, what you doing? You say hi to your teammates. You shake hands, and then you get to business. You get to work. That's what it got to be like. I like there to be a family environment where everybody kind of gets along at least respect each other enough to be able to do your job. I was on some teams, my high school teams. I didn't like everybody on there, and everybody didn't like me, but we respected each other enough to be able to just do our job. And that's what it was all about. I think, like Jake said, we all need to relax. We have to understand that there is a process that has to take place. Coach Prime is doing the work, and if we are relaxed, we're going to enjoy the process. And like I told you guys yesterday, please give Coach Prime some grace so that you can enjoy the process. This is a building process. Please stop thinking that we got to bring in all NFL ready players to be able to win right now. That is not realistic. We're going to have to bring in some decent, good players that we're going to have to build up, and maybe in a few years we can start winning together. That's what this college football thing is all about. But guess what? I'm so excited for Phil Lodeholt. I don't know much about him, so I can't really hype him up, but I'm grateful that Coach Prime finally landed his offensive lines coach in Phil Lodeholt. So guess what, Buff Nation? Guess what, BWB? B. The offensive line is what? Loading. Okay? All right, family, that is all the information that I have for this video. Hope you got a little something out of it. And if you did, please help this channel grow by smashing that subscribe button. But I'm going to have to leave it right there. You know who I am. I'm Harry B. And that right there was the Liberian Perspective. That's TLP Sports Club. Brah.